Welcome to the 7 levels of serial killers in The Rookie. In this video, we're breaking down 7 of the most terrifying killers in the entire series, from the least elite to the absolute apex predator of the Rookie universe. These levels aren't just about body count. They're based on planning ability, psychological impact, how long the killer evades capture, and how much danger they bring to the world of the Rookie. Level 1. Marcus Lindsay, the fire-obsessed killer. Coming in at Level 1, we have Marcus Lindsay. Marcus is a serial arsonist and killer who murders people and then uses fire to cover his crimes. He tries to pass his murders off as tragic accidents, burning down scenes to destroy evidence and bodies. At first, it works. He flies under the radar while people think they are looking at simple fire deaths. But his biggest weakness is his pattern. Nolan and Lopez start to notice the same kinds of injuries and suspicious fire setups. And once they connect the dots, Marcus's entire operation falls apart. Marcus is dangerous and deadly, but he is not subtle, and he is not a mastermind. That is why he is stuck at Level 1. Level 2, Joel Chambers, the savior serial killer. At Level 2, we have Joel Chambers, and this one is disturbing on a whole different level. Joel is a cop who becomes a serial killer in secret. He kidnaps children from neglectful homes, murders them when they resist his twisted rescue, and pretends to be their savior. He is the man behind the long-running case that includes the disappearance and death of Selena's sister Blanca, and he hides in plain sight for years. Joel is more controlled and more intelligent than Marcus. He understands police work. He knows how to avoid suspicion, and he uses his history as an officer as a shield. But in the end, his ego and twisted savior complex become his downfall. Once Selena and the team finally focus on him, he panics, tries to escape, and Tim Bradford is forced to take him down. Joel is more methodical and more horrifying than a simple arson killer. What keeps Joel at Level 2 is that, despite the emotional horror of targeting families, his operation collapses the moment he is confronted, and he breaks under pressure instead of maintaining control. Level 3. The Pentagram Killer, the Ritual Predator. Level 3 belongs to the Pentagram Killer. This is an unnamed ritual serial killer who leaves pentagram symbols connected to their victims as a signature. Instead of simple crimes of opportunity, these murders are staged and symbolic, meant to send a message and fuel fear across a wider area. The Pentagram Killer operates as a season-level threat. The LAPD is not just trying to stop one murder. They are trying to decode a pattern, anticipate the next move, and work out what the symbols really mean. What makes this killer more dangerous than Marcus or Joel is the combination of planning, ritual, and psychological warfare. This is not just killing to remove a person. This is killing to create a legend. The downside, from a ranking point of view, is that we do not get a deep, personal look at the killer's identity on screen. As a presence, and as a case, the Pentagram Killer is chilling, so he sits comfortably at Level 3. Level 4, Harrison Novak, the Graveyard Killer. Level 4 is where we meet Harrison Novak. Harrison is introduced as a convicted serial killer whose burial site is finally uncovered. The LAPD digs into his dump location and starts linking multiple victims to his crimes. He is the classic long-running predator who has been killing and hiding bodies for years. But here is the twist. As they keep digging, they find bodies that do not match Harrison's known victims or timeline. Harrison insists those extra bodies are not his, and he is telling the truth. That means 2 things. First, Harrison is absolutely a dangerous, high-level serial killer in his own right, with multiple confirmed murders and a secret graveyard. Second, his burial site is being hijacked by someone even more insidious. Harrison is calm, manipulative, and experienced, but he is eventually caught, and his dump site becomes a crime scene the LAPD can fully analyze. Harrison deserves Level 4 because he successfully operates as a long-term serial predator with multiple hidden victims over years, maintaining his killing career far longer and with greater concealment than Joel ever manages. He is elite, but not the final boss, so he lands at level 4. Level 5, Liam Glasser, the hidden monster. At level 5, we have Liam Glasser, the serial killer who hides in the shadow of another serial killer. On the surface, Liam is nobody special. He is a vending machine guy, a quiet, forgettable presence who moves through buildings without anyone paying attention. That is exactly what makes him so dangerous. While the LAPD is focused on Harrison Novak, Liam secretly uses Harrison's burial site to dump his own victims. Every time they uncover a new body, it looks like one more kill for Novak, not a separate killer piggybacking on the case. Liam weaponizes invisibility. He does not need a big persona or a dramatic motive. He uses routine, access, and the perfect cover story to get close to victims and to the investigation itself. He nearly kills Nyla Harper and proves he has no problem targeting law enforcement when it suits him. His intelligence, patience, and ability to hide behind another serial killer's crimes make him far more dangerous than the killers below him. That is why Liam Glasser sits at level 5. Level 6, Caleb Wright, the devoted mentee. Level 6 is reserved for Caleb Wright, and this is where we enter true elite territory. Caleb is not just some random murderer. He is Rosalind Dyer's mentee, a student of one of the most brutal killers in Los Angeles history. He takes everything he learns from her and channels it into a calculated, sadistic plan. Caleb kidnaps Lucy Chen, drugs her, tattoos a date on her back that marks when he plans to kill her, and buries her alive in a metal coffin. He coordinates the kidnapping with Rosalind's games, forcing the LAPD into a race against the clock where every second feels like it might be Lucy's last. Unlike Marcus or Joel, Caleb is methodical and frighteningly calm. He plans to take a new victim every 3 months, turning murder into a schedule, almost like a ritual of his own. He understands investigation patterns, how cops think, and how to use Rosalind's notoriety as a smokescreen. The only thing keeping Caleb from the very top spot is that he is still, in some sense, a follower. He is operating in a world Rosalind designed. Even so, as an individual killer, he is one of the most terrifying threats the rookie has ever shown. That earns him level 6. Level 7, Rosalind Dyer, the architect of monsters. Finally, at level 7, we reach the top of the mountain. There is only one name that belongs here, Rosalind Dyer. Rosalind is not just a serial killer in The Rookie. She is the serial killer. By the time the audience meets her, she is already infamous, described as one of the most brutal serial killers in Los Angeles history, with multiple victims buried all over the city. Even from behind bars, Rosalind controls the tempo. She trades locations of bodies for leverage. She toys with John Nolan, with the entire Mid-Wilshire division, and with everyone emotionally tied to her victims. What truly makes Rosalind the final level is her influence. She does not just kill people herself, she creates more killers. Caleb Wright is her mentee. There are acolytes and copycats that appear over several seasons, clearly inspired by her methods and her philosophy. Rosalind even engineers her own death in a way that still leaves the city scarred, arranging for another killer, Eli Reynolds, to take her out on her terms. She is playing a game that is bigger than any one case, any one season, or any one character. Rosalind Dyer is the architect of fear in The Rookie. She turns murder into a story that keeps going even after she is gone. That is why she stands alone at level 7, the ultimate serial killer in the Rookie universe. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the 7 levels of serial killers in The Rookie, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss another deep dive into this show's darkest villains. Comment below which killer you think was ranked too high or too low, and which rookie villain you want to see covered next.